When you've been married for years, you don't expect your wife to suddenly question your worth. You expect loyalty, trust, and partnership. But my wife, Hannah, didn't see it that way. One evening while I was at work, my phone buzzed. I glanced at the screen and saw her message. It read, "I'll take a week to decide if you're worth it." My stomach tightened. My mind froze. What did she mean? Worth what? Worth staying. Married to? Worth her attention? At first, I thought it was some kind of joke. But when I called her, she didn't pick up. Hours later, she texted again, saying she needed time away to think about us. Except she didn't go to her mother's house or a friend's place. She disappeared. That night, I sat in silence, staring at the message, trying to piece together how the woman I had built a life with could treat me like an option, as though I were waiting in line to be chosen. The next morning, the truth began to leak out. A buddy of mine sent me a screenshot. Hannah had been spotted at a bar across town, laughing and drinking with a man none of us knew. Her so-called week to decide was nothing more than a cover to test the waters with someone else. My chest burned, but instead of confronting her immediately, I decided to wait. If she wanted a week, I would give her one, but not in the way she imagined. Day 1, I started planning. I gathered all our financial documents, joint accounts, and property details. Quietly, I met with a lawyer and explained the situation. He told me that if I had proof of her infidelity, I could protect myself and even turn the tables on her. So I set the wheels in motion. I pulled transaction records from her credit card, restaurant dinners, hotel bookings, little charges that painted a clear picture. Hannah thought she was being clever, but she left a trail of betrayal behind her. Day 2, I made copies of everything and backed up our home security footage. Twice that week she came back to the house late at night thinking I was asleep. Both times she wasn't alone. The camera caught her sneaking him inside for an hour before leaving again. I didn't confront her. I didn't even flinch. I just saved the recordings and added them to my growing collection of evidence. By day 3, I had more than enough to bury her in court. But the best part? Hannah still thought she was in control. She texted me every so often, vague lines like, "Don't call me, I'll let you know when I'm ready," or "I just need space to figure out my feelings." She truly believed I was sitting at home like a desperate husband waiting for her final verdict. What she didn't know was that every message she sent only fueled my determination to make sure she regretted it. By day 4, I had already emptied half of our joint savings into a new account under my name only. I wasn't about to let her walk, away with the money I had earned while she was busy deciding. I also moved valuable items, documents, and anything sentimental out of the house and into storage. She wouldn't notice. She was too busy with her new distraction. Day 5, my lawyer filed the initial divorce paperwork. Adultery, abandonment, and neglect, all backed up with undeniable evidence. Once it was in motion, all I had to do was wait. The trap was set, and Hannah still thought she had the upper hand. Day 6, she finally texted me saying, "I'll come by tomorrow. I've made my decision." I stared at the message for a long time and laughed to myself. She had no idea that her decision no longer mattered. She wasn't the one calling the shots anymore. I was. Day 7, she walked into the house wearing her smug little smile, clearly expecting me to beg for her to stay. She sat on the couch and said, "I've thought about it, and I think we need to take a break. Maybe try an open marriage. If that doesn't work, we can consider divorce." She spoke like she was doing me a favor, like I should be grateful she was even considering keeping me in her orbit. I didn't argue. I didn't shout. Instead, I slid a thick envelope across the table. "What's this?" she asked. She opened it, and her face went pale. Inside were the court papers, the photos, the receipts, the security footage stills, everything, every lie, every night she thought she got away with. She looked up at me, eyes wide, lips trembling. You've been spying on me?" She stammered. "No," I replied calmly. "I've been preparing for the day you showed me exactly what I was worth to you, and now I'm done." Her confidence shattered instantly. She begged me to reconsider, claimed she was confused, said it was just a phase. But I stood firm. I told her I had already filed for divorce, drained the accounts, secured the house, and that the lawyer would be in touch. Hannah went from smug to desperate in minutes, realizing the week she thought she had been testing me had instead been her undoing. She left that day with nothing but the clothes on her back. Her lover vanished the moment her secret was out, leaving her alone and humiliated. Meanwhile, I walked away with my head high, my finances intact, and my dignity stronger than ever. The irony? She texted me again weeks later, this time saying, "I made a mistake. You were worth it after all." I didn't bother replying, because when someone reduces you to an option, you don't give them the chance to make you their choice. My worth was never hers to decide, and the day she sent that first message was the day she lost everything. That was my revenge. Calm, silent, absolute. She thought she was testing me, but it only took one day for her to regret everything.